Okay, so can I just talk about something that's been on my mind for a while? Because this is something I feel like a lot of people can relate to. And honestly, it kind of broke my heart a little. So I was at a concert recently, and there was this guy. He kept walking past our seats, like obviously walking past. The first time, he kind of strolled by, then literally caught himself and walked back just to look at me again. And look, I know how that sounds. Trust me, my brain was already calling itself delusional. But it got to the point where even my sister noticed. She was like, "Why does this guy keep coming back over here?" And he would just stare, like straight into my soul kind of stare. I'm not gonna lie, I don't usually get that kind of attention. So it felt exciting, it felt like something. But he never came up to me, never said a word. So eventually I just told myself, okay, it was just a moment, a passing stranger thing. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe it meant nothing. I let it go. Fast forward almost a full year later. I'm sitting there swiping on a dating app, minding my business, and his profile comes up. I almost dropped my phone. I was like 95% sure it was him. Same face. So I swiped right, and we matched. I was ecstatic. I messaged him, trying my absolute hardest not to sound like a complete creep, and I just casually asked, "Hey, were you at that concert?" He was shocked that I remembered. And then he said, yes, he was there. And he remembered me. I don't know what I was feeling in that moment, but it felt like the universe was doing something. Like, what are the actual odds? Almost a year later, out of everyone on that app, his profile lands in front of me. In my head, I was already thinking, okay, this is meant to be. This is one of those stories people tell. So we started talking. And it was good. It felt natural. And then, about halfway through our very first conversation, he asked if I wanted to hook up. I just sat there. I don't do that. I never have. Because real, healthy relationships don't start like that. And it was clear he wasn't looking for what I was looking for. And the thing that hurt the most wasn't even being rejected in a weird way. It was finally getting the answer I'd wondered about for a whole year. Yes, he was checking me out. Yes, he remembered me. Yes, there was something there. Just not in the way I wanted. Maybe I was just being too romantic about it. Maybe I built the whole thing up in my head. Or maybe the feeling was real, and hookup culture just got in the way of what could have actually been something. Because I genuinely believe, if that wasn't the norm right now, if that wasn't the first place guys' minds go, that conversation might have gone completely differently. And that's what makes me sad about it. Not just this moment, but how many moments like this get lost because nobody wants to slow down and actually try anymore. Yeah, he checked me out, remembered me a whole year later, and still couldn't see past one thing. And I think that says less about him and more about the world we're all dating in right now.